evening. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Friday night, and you know what that means. Time for SciFridays. As always, I'm host the Captain, bringing you the best of sci-fi from years gone by. So, as always, SciFridays is brought to you by RU Game, the best comic book collectible video game magic, role-playing, RPG, toy, collectible store, located at 124 North Sunset Drive, Piqua, Ohio, 45356. You can find RU Game on the Facebooks, and you can see all the cool stuff I'm selling. We're still recovering from Christmas, so we're slowly building our stock back up. But we've got lots of toys coming in, comics, new video games almost daily, magic cards all the time. So you can come in and you can check out this Facebook page and you can see all the cool stuff because that's where I put it. And you can find the Captain on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and let's see, you find the Captain's other shows, Talk and Roll, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok. And that's my heavy metal, rock, and industrial, and synthwave, whatever you want to call it, show. We do interviews with people from all over. You can go check it out. I just did an interview with Ross from the band Dead on a Sunday. If you ever check out Dead on a Sunday, it's a great band, fun. It's Bob Core, so look that up. So, you guys all asked the question, when am I going to change it up? Well, today is that day. I heard your guys' cries out into the night of telling me to play something else. And I heard it. I listened. And yeah, it took a little while because, holidays. I could have done it, post-Thanksgiving. But we're doing all new stuff on this episode. Everything. I have never aired any of these before. So I'm taking a huge risk trying to get this past the YouTubes. Also, before I forget, everything that I've had to edit, I'm moving over to the Patreon. So for Patreon subscribers, you get the unedited episodes of all the shows as they were initially meant to be aired. So if I had to take them down to YouTube, like cut stuff up for Saturday Morning Serials or SciFridays, you'll be able to watch them in their entirety. Mind you, it's a slow process. So there's only I think there's 8 episodes over there. So you can go check that out. But we're going to start tonight off with, I would say, a classic. This thing should have had some legs. It came off of a hit movie with one Jean-Claude Van Damme as the star. And I'm talking Time Cop. Yeah, that's right, Time Cop. Time Cop had a TV series. No one remembers it. I do because I watched it. Most people remember Time Tracks and all these other time travel shows that they had at the same time. But Time Cop, they tried hard. It didn't have the same effect because, there's no Van Damme. And, you had... even the second Time Cop movie didn't do well. But they tried. They got 9 full episodes out of this. And here you guys go. This is Time Cop, Episode 1. Enjoy.
Voy a cabra. Jack the Ripper. Oh, thank you, sir. I thought I was a goner for sure.
The night's still young, Catherine.
How do you know my name?
You're famous, Catherine. You were murdered by Jack the Ripper.
But you just killed him.
No, Catherine. I just became him.
The year 2007. Time travel is a reality, and it's fallen into criminal hands. With history itself at risk, the United States has formed the Time Enforcement Commission, a top-secret agency responsible for policing the temporal stream. Track unlawful travelers across time. Their mission, protect the past, preserve the future. These agents are known as Time Cops.
Just relax, Logan. They're only holograms. It's not going to hurt.
Famous last words from the esteemed TEC Science and Research Division.
If you're not completely still, you'll induce vertigo.
Hemmings, didn't you tell me 2 months ago you're only going to be here for a week?
Temporal systems evaluation is an ongoing project. I'm here as long as I need to be. Besides, I find you much more resilient than those guinea pigs.
Okay, slow it down. It's going too fast. It's giving me a headache.
That's because you're trying to make sense of everything you're seeing. Stop thinking. That should be easy for you, Logan.
Well, if you want my professional opinion, your little migraine machine is a bust.
It's called a sublimator, and those images it was bombarding at you were absorbed directly into your subconscious.
Great, so it's a waste of time I won't remember having.
So you wouldn't have any idea what was going on in New York in May 1954?
Dial M for Murder was the #1 movie at the box office. The Pajama Game opened on Broadway, and Bloomingdale's introduced the first automatic coffee machine. How the hell did I know that?
I just downloaded your subconscious mind with information about 1954 New York, and I can do the same thing for any era.
Great. I'm sure every Jeopardy contestant in the world would love 5 minutes with you.
It's not about Trivial Pursuit, Logan. Try to remember that every time you travel to the past, you potentially endanger the future. You mentioned television to someone in 1850, all of a sudden World War I is broadcast live on CNN.
Yeah. I know the dangers.
And I know that you have a natural inclination to help people beyond your mission parameters. So think of this as a safeguard.
The only safeguard I need is my instinct.
Oh, your instinct. Okay, then next time just pack a loincloth and a club.
Officers Logan and Hemmings report to Captain Matuzak in the dome.
Logan, Hemmings. Got level 3.
We isolated the ripple's origin.
1888 London, England.
What about a specific day?
May 2nd, we're just narrowing the field scan.
November 7th, 1888.
Funny, I didn't hear a knock.
Clearly, our chief historian is conducting serious research here.
I don't expect a time monkey like you to understand this, but tabloids give you the real pulse on a culture. They're the spice rack of history, always adding a little flavor.
Enough. Easter, what do you know about 1888 London?
Victorian England. Britannia ruled the waves and inflicted Sherlock Holmes, Oliver Twist, and Peter Pan on the rest of us.
Does November 7th have any particular significance?
Give me a second. Oh, well, Looks like I forgot Victorian England's most dubious contribution, the first modern serial killer. November 7th, 1888 was the day Jack the Ripper murdered his fourth victim, one Catherine Eddowes. Oh, wait a minute, there's some serious revisionist history going on here. The body of Sir William Gull, distinguished Harley Street physician, was discovered 10 feet from Catherine Eddowes.
But I thought the Ripper only targeted women.
Yeah, he did. 5 ladies of the night, to be exact. The problem is, William Gull was the Ripper.
What are you talking about? Jack the Ripper was never caught.
That's because those yahoos at Scotland Yard couldn't find a kilt in the spin cycle. I, on the other hand, have studied the evidence and am of the opinion that William Gull was Jack. He's the only likely suspect.
If Gull was the Ripper and he was killed on November 7th, how then could he murder his fifth and final victim, Mary Kelly, 2 days later?
That, Officer Hemmings, is a true time paradox. And I'd suggest the source of your ripple.
Someone must have gone back and taken out Jack the Ripper.
Well, Mary Kelly still died, so obviously this guy is no saint.
Maybe he went back to take the Ripper's place.
If you're right, I don't want to think about the domino effect this sick puppy could have on history.
Suit up, Logan. Temporal insertion at 6 minutes. How was your crash course in Victorian England?
Sublimator should come with an aspirin chaser. I can't believe I have to go back and save Jack the Ripper.
You don't. Sir William Gull died 6 months after his last victim's death. According to Easter, Gull's life had no real historical repercussions beyond the Ripper murders.
Well, what's the plan then?
Catch us no Ripper.
We know he's going to complete Gull's work and murder Mary Kelly. She died on November 9th. Her body was dumped in Dorset Mews in a district of London called Whitechapel.
So we're going to put you back in the early evening. That should give you enough time to get to Dorset Mews and grab this guy.
And save Mary Kelly.
Oh, don't start, all right? You know the rules. History says she died that night. It's your job to preserve history. Get in, get out, don't stir the pot.
Think you can handle that, Logan?
I'll just have to curb my instinct.
Logan, we're going to put you down within a 5-block radius of Dorset Mews. It's in the shadow of Big Ben. You can't miss it.
As long as I don't land on the steeple.
You know the drill. We can get you in the ballpark. We don't know exactly where you'll drop.
Still have a scar from landing on the White House fence.
Clear the platform. Initiate temporal stream.
Just another brick in the wall.
20, 19, 18, 17, 15, 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Tachyon polarity achieved. Hemmings, I could kiss you. Take that back.
Charles, help me!
That won't be necessary. I can find the door all by myself.
Who the devil are you?
It's really a long and very complicated story.
Call a constable! Constable Charles. He tried to attack me.
Come on, put him up. I'll sort you out in short time.
Listen, pal, I don't want to embarrass you in front of your wife on your wedding night, so why don't you just let me pass?
I was Home County's boxing champ 2 years running.
Thank you. Now, where are his clothes? You picked the wrong night to kill an innocent woman.
Oh, the world's not gonna miss one more streetwalker. Besides, it was her destiny.
Well, I'm your destiny, and you're going down.
Now, you do not have any idea who you're dealing with.
Neither do you.
I'd say I'm dealing with a dead man.
Go back inside! Down here. Right, this way. That's him. That's the man who attacked my wife.
So much for getting in and out.
What on earth?
Back away from him, sir. He's the Ripper.
Hold on, guys.
Your work speaks for itself.
I didn't do this.
Tell it to the hangman, Jack.
What don't you understand? Don't you people invent English? I've been telling you all night. I am not Jack the Ripper. I was chasing him.
You were just a good Samaritan, eh? Pull the other one. Inspector Wells, this is the Ripper.
Oh, congratulations, Constable. Well, I guess you bobbies can show us Scotland Yard boys a thing or two.
Thank you, Inspector.
I take it that you have an eyewitness to the crime and a murder weapon.
Well, not exactly.
So then this man is just a suspect, which means there's still an investigation, which leads me to believe I am not out of a job yet.
No, sir.
Then get the crowd out of here and cordon off the area, or I won't be able to say the same about you.
Finally, a cool head. Inspector, my name is Jack Logan.
Oh, as if this case wasn't enough of a circus. An American is thrust into the fray.
Please, we haven't got much time.
Oh, I think you'll find me to be a very efficient man, Mr. Logan. So far, I can place you at the scene of the crime, and I have an irate colonel who claims you assaulted him and his bride, then stole his clothes.
All right, I admit I borrowed his clothes, but everything else is completely false.
I pray someone can vouch for you.
She can.
And who might you be?
Anne Thompson.
And your occupation?
You know what I am?
Am I to assume that Mr. Logan was in your paid company?
No. He's fighting another man outside my door.
Can you describe this other man?
I'll never forget him. He had a face of pure evil.
That's the Ripper.
You're coming with me to Scotland Yard.
Didn't you hear what you just said?
I can hardly take the word of a fallen woman over that of a colonel in Her Majesty's army.
So much for equal rights.
Curb your tongue, Mr. Logan. You're in serious trouble.
And so is this woman. She's the only one who saw the Ripper's face, and I can guarantee he'll be back for her.
Lads, I want two of you to escort this woman home and stand guard outside her building.
Two isn't going to be enough.
Lock him up. It's moving towards a level 5.
I'm scanning everything from the London Times to the Lambeth Post. There are still no anomalies and no red flags. If something's changed in 1888, it hasn't shown up yet.
Then why is the ripple turning into a tidal wave?
It's a computer, not a crystal ball.
There may be another problem. We've never had anyone back this far for so long. We still don't know what effect such prolonged temporal displacement has on human molecular structure.
In English, Hemmings?
Theoretically, the longer Logan stays back, the greater the chance he could be squashed like a temporal grape.
It sounded less painful the first time.
Theoretically, how long is too long?
I haven't determined that yet.
I thought you two were problem solvers. Widen the scan. Something's going on back there. It's your job to find out what it is.
Temporal grape?
You've got no passport. There's no record of you in any transatlantic ship's log. What did you do, Mr. Logan? Fall out of the sky and right into the middle of my murder inquiry?
I know a lot about this case, and I want to help you.
Oh, you wouldn't be the first murderer who wanted to assist in his own investigation.
Inspector, both you and I know that I did not kill Mary Kelly.
How did you know the deceased woman's name? We only identified her 10 minutes ago. Oh, keep going. The more you talk, the more you incriminate yourself.
The more we talk, the less time we have to catch the Ripper. You've already wasted a day.
I have a suspicion he's right in front of me.
The Ripper's first 3 victims were killed with a knife. Mary Kelly and Catherine Eddowes were slashed to death with something different. A weapon which has your coroner scratching his head.
Only the murderer could know that.
The Ripper is using a concentrated energy source that can cut through anything.
Energy source? I mean, what lunacy is this? I mean, you're beginning to sound like my nephew Herbert. At least he confines his preposterous fantasies to the realm of fiction.
You got a case you can't solve and a killer on the loose who has no intention of stopping. If you don't let me help, more women are going to die, starting with Anne Thompson.
I'm contacting the American Embassy in the morning, and you better hope they can explain your enigmatic presence. Otherwise, I'm charging you with murder.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
There's one thing I've learned about killers. They want to be caught because in their heart of hearts they know they're guilty.
You're going to have to trust me on this one. The Ripper just wants to be famous.
What you got here?
Many have tried. Many have died.
Is that the Thames down there?
Well, that's right. Biggest sewer in London. If the fall don't kill you, that will.
I gotta get out of here.
Who doesn't? My last cellmate went crazy. When he got out, he actually moved to Australia. Now that's hell on earth. What are you in here for? They think I'm Jack the Ripper. Wow. The only way you're gonna get out of here, mate, is to find a chisel and a dig. What kind of watch is that?
Kinda lets you travel through time.
Oh, I've been picking the wrong pocket, so I have.
Good evening, gentlemen. You know, you bobbies really should carry guns. I'm looking for the so-called Ripper!
Down here.
I want my pocket watch.
Don't you mean your temple controller?
My fellow time traveler. And from your earlier heroics, I assume that you're a member of the esteemed TEC Time Cop. I still want my watch back.
I was thinking it might be safer if I tossed it in the river.
Oh, wait. What if some peasant got a hold of it at low tide? Suddenly you've introduced time travel to a world that hasn't even grasped the electric light bulb.
Then I'll just have to keep it close to me. You wouldn't want to destroy your ticket home.
Oh, you are wasting my time, officer. Can't you see that I am in the process of improving history?
How can you improve anything by killing more women?
Jack the Ripper was nothing but a sideshow freak. I intend on killing 5 times as many women as he did. And when I'm finished, history will remember the Ripper as the one true homicidal genius. I tell you what, I'm gonna start with your little Dorset muse harlot.
But if I've got your timepiece, how are you ever gonna get back to enjoy your fame? That's all you're really after.
Oh, don't you ever presume to understand me. I'm a visionary. Once you've mastered the art of murder, you've touched the face of God.
You're not a visionary. You're a psychopath.
Damn draft.
Do you know what I had to swim through to get to you?
Haven't had that one before. I don't know what you're expecting, but I've got my standards.
That's not the reason I'm here.
Good. Because you didn't do me no favours with the police. They've been out there all night scaring away customers.
That's the least of your problems. The man you saw was Jack the Ripper, and he's coming back to get you.
You've been trouble from the moment I laid eyes on you. Knew I should have kept me door shut.
You went out of your way to save my life. Now let me save yours.
I can take care of myself. Been doing it since I was 12.
these yours?
They're nothing.
You've got real talent.
Well, I'm just a working girl. Who draws pretty pictures, take her mind off her life. Believe me, men don't pay me for my pictures.
Maybe one day they will.
No, my luck, that won't be till I'm dead and buried.
Oh, I think it might be sooner than that. You're about to be published in the Whitechapel Gazette.
Are you mad or something?
It's tabloid, right?
Yeah, but they never print one of my sketches.
Well, they would if you offered them a sketch of Jack the Ripper. Tabloids are always looking for something to spice up a story. What could be better? Why don't you start drawing?
How's it look?
All too real.
You really think they'll print it?
If they're anything like the tabloids back home, they'll print it in a heartbeat. Take this to the Whitechapel Gazette and hide somewhere safe. Whatever you do, don't come back. The Ripper will be looking for you here.
How do we get past them bobbies?
Play a little fox and hound.
Howdy, boys!
Just busted through level 6.
Hold on to your surfboards. I got a live one. Okay, this is the November 10th, 1888 edition of the Whitechapel Gazette. Now, when my computer scanned this paper 2 hours ago, this sketch wasn't there.
Let's magnify it. Right-hand corner, what does that say?
Logan Graphics. Son of a gun is sending us a message in a bottle.
Run it through the infrared scanner. I want every inch of the sketch analyzed. It's a fingerprint. How did Logan do that?
19th century printing data was downloaded in the sublimator.
I guess you can teach a time monkey new tricks.
Now that we have our time traveler's mugshot and fingerprint, let's find out who he is.
This man has a pocket watch in his possession. Find it. That will be all. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes, sir, Inspector Wells.
You have no idea what you're holding in your hands.
Well, according to your cellmate, it does more than tell the time. A man reduced my jail to rubble looking for it, and I want answers, Mr. Logan.
I can't tell you.
Oh, come now. The last time we spoke, you seemed to have the answers for everything.
The man who destroyed your jail is the Ripper. You give me that watch back, and I'll help you find him.
It's awfully magnanimous of you, Mr. Logan, but you're still not telling the truth. And I have no patience for liars.
The Ripper is a time traveler. This watch is his passport back to the future. I've been sent to stop him. Truth is, I'm a policeman just like you.
My nephew writes stories and reads them at the dinner table. Herbert, I say. Nobody cares about men from Mars or time machines. I guess I owe the lad an apology.
Sir, we found the girl coming out of the Whitechapel Gazette.
Where is she?
2 officers are escorting her home.
Straight into the Ripper's hands.
They're alive, thank God.
That's not who he's after.
When all hands come together, she dies. Is there no end to the games this man will play? When do all hands come together?
He's talking about time.
Of course, all the hands of a clock come together at midnight.
What time is it?
11:45.
Maybe the answer's staring us right in the face.
Big Ben. But how can you be certain?
Because it's the most famous clock, and this guy thinks he's become the most famous killer in history.
It looks like we've got a winner. Our temporal intruder's name is Ian Pascoe. Well, that's weird. There's no driver's license or photo ID.
Read me a social security number. I'll run it and see if he's got an FBI file.
924 6789.
You want to know why Pascoe doesn't have a driver's license? He can't drive yet. He's only 13 years old.
You're telling me Logan's fighting a teenager? Yeah, what happened? Kid going to a prepubescent rage?
He's fighting the adult Pascoe.
But that means...
Pascoe's from the future, my guess, at least 20 years.
Oh, we need to find this kid today. Get him into some serious therapy.
It's too late. He's been missing for 2 months. According to his file, he had an altercation with his foster parents. He poisoned them the next day.
Great, we can't find him now. Logan can't stop him then. Whoever said time is on your side.
Inspector Wells, I'm up here.
I'm sure the inspector will understand that this is just between you and me. One time traveler to another.
Where's Anne?
You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Give me the watch.
This is no time for games.
Yes, my point exactly. The more you quibble, the more time just ticks away.
No.
All right, then. I'll be the mature one, and I'll go first. I wanted to illustrate the gravity of my point. So, I dreamed of this little fashion accessory. And I lined it with C4. operated to Big Ben here, so guess you could consider it the ultimate ticking clock. Just between you and me, I wouldn't want to be caught dead in it after midnight. Oh, don't waste your precious energy. It's made from an impenetrable alloy. Just in case you're wondering, that's a little ahead of your time. I thought we were going to keep this between fellow time travelers. Well, Miss Thompson raises that interesting time paradox. Does her life affect yours? If she dies, will you ever be born? Yes, the world will be different, but how? And that is a Pandora's box you just do not want to open. So, be a good little boy. Give me the timepiece, and I'll give you the deactivation code. You're not a visionary. You're a coward. And I bet you're not willing to die for this watch. Give me the code. You'll have to guess. Tell me. I'm from your future. I know everything. The code is the day you catch me.
Come on, Logan, think. You said it was the day you catch him.
He thinks I'm never gonna catch him. I know. I've been nothing but trouble since you laid eyes on me.
How I'm going to explain this to my superiors at Scotland Yard.
Say what I'm going to say. Ripper escaped through a time door.
I've got a pension to think about.
Then just tell them the Jack the Ripper murders are over.
I still didn't get my man.
Neither did I.
Blasted nephew. Can't keep his nose out of anything.
Allow me, Inspector. Always wanted to meet H.G. Wells.
You never cease to surprise me, Mr. Logan.
Elementary, my dear Inspector. Elementary.
Officer Logan, returning from London, 1888.
About time.
The Eagle has landed.
I almost had him.
You did the right thing, Logan. The Ripper spree ended at 5 victims. No one else died. You preserved history in your own unique way.
I know, I shouldn't have altered that newspaper.
Actually, I thought that was a brilliant piece of police work.
Really?
What's one more anonymous sketch of a Ripper suspect? It's not going to change anything.
I guess I was wrong about your migraine machine.
I guess I misjudged your instinct. Question, though. The vault is for retrieve future technology. Why are you depositing that antique?
You know the golden rule of future tech. Don't ask, don't tell.
Pasco's still out there. Shouldn't we at least study the watch?
Too dangerous. What if your scientific curiosity was influenced? Future has to proceed at its own pace, you know that. Just think of me as a safeguard.
Logan, I'd like to give this to you. It's my first edition of The Time Machine by H.G. Wells.
Oh, thanks, Easter. I'm touched.
Oh, don't be. It's worthless. Your temporal intervention has defiled a classic. What was once a glorious sea of words on parchment is now punctuated by a series of illustrations. Like literacy needed another foot in the grave.
Illustrations by Ann Thompson.
I scream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. We all scream for ice cream. Thank you. Hershey's chocolate syrup.
What was that?
What was what?
I heard a noise.
Oh, it's not Nani.
Oh. There it is again.
What?
It's that noise again.
When you go back to sleep, I told you it's not Nani.
There's no mistaking that nut nani taste. Crisp flakes of corn smothered in sweet honey and roasted peanuts.
Now I suppose that was Nut and Honey.
Nope.
Kellogg's Nut and Honey.
That was the milk.
Crunch.
An innocent discovery.
I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
A powerful weapon.
Rocket.
A deadly conspiracy.
They're working for a Nazi agent.
An extraordinary adventure.
Jenny's in trouble. We got the girl.
Here it comes! The rocket will come to us.
We're only gonna get one pass at this.
The Rocketeer, rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you. Check newspapers for showtimes.
Hey, hope you guys enjoyed Time Cop. Sitting there reading an old issue of Eerie. I was more of an eerie and a creepy guy than the Vampirella from Warren magazines. Not that I can complain. You know, Vampirella was awesome, but I was more of a horror guy, and I thought Vampirella was kind of hokey, but you know, it became, I enjoyed it later in life. When I was a kid, man, I loved monsters and horror stories, but you know, then women showed up, and then it was all on. So all right, hope you guys dig Time Cop, because we're going to yet another show I have never aired. This one ran one season, 22 episodes, and it had a pretty good cast. I mean, it had Louis Gossett Jr. in it, and this is The Powers of Matthew Starr. I don't know if anybody knows this. At one point, only a handful of people know this. I was working on a comic book, and I was trying to make an Avengers team out of bad 80s television shows. So I made a superhero team with Automan, Manimal, Matthew Starr, Street Hawk. I had all of those on. I had written it, and then I found out how much it would cost to make that, because all the licensing rights you'd have to get. And a couple of them were really cool. A couple of them were like, well, if you make any money off this, we get a percentage. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Other ones were like, we need this much money up front for each character, for each issue. We got to have an extra $15,000 per. I'm like, dude, this is an indie published comic that I'm just trying to get off the ground. You're killing me. But I tried. I wrote it. I mean, I bet you if I dug through tons and tons of old notebooks, I would find the original script for the original 4-issue miniseries I wrote. It was bonkers because it would have to be bonkers because you had to fuse all those people together, and I did. But here you guys go. This is The Powers of Matthew Starr, Episode 1, The Jackal. Enjoy.
Gone off the scope.
That's close to Crest Ridge. This is Operation Blue Book Radar. We have a red zebra emergency. Get me General Tucker.
My appearance, okay?
Yes, you're perfect. You'll do fine. Find this one. The boy will be near.
Can't sleep, huh?
I'm restless again.
You worried about the new school?
I'm not worried. I'm tired of new schools, new towns, making new friends, leaving old. I'm tired of running.
The alternative to running is death.
I'd like to wake up one day and find out my only problem is my marks in school.
Hey, I hope you don't mind my transporting these in a more traditional manner.
You don't have much choice, do you?
That's true.
I don't like to sound ungrateful, Chef, but I'm just tired of these feelings. They're always coming over me that something's always wrong.
What kind of feelings? Danger?
What? No, it's more like my first swimming lesson, or that first school dance back in Nebraska when I was 12.
For a moment, I thought you had progressed to your father's state of sensitivities.
But that's something else. I feel so cheated. I never knew the man.
Well, you should feel cheated. He was a great man, an outstanding leader. And if you want to know what he was like as a young man, you just look at yourself in the mirror. You get some sleep. This is a new town. Nobody knows us here. And it's safe.
Think maybe we can stay here a while?
What do you mean?
Good night.
first day?
I believe so.
Well, thanks for dropping by. Oh, I need 1 minute of your time before class starts.
Of course.
Please. Since the tax reform, we have a lot of problems. So wherever we can, we teachers try to plug two holes.
I don't follow you.
Well, the reform has cut our budget, forced most of us to teach more than one subject. Oh, it's why your class encompasses all the sciences.
Of course. I obviously accepted the job.
Yes. Well, also, we may need you to lend a hand every other Friday in home economics. And in addition, I'm sure you'll make a terrific track coach.
What makes you think that?
Well, it must have been something in your resume.
There's nothing in my resume about sports.
Oh, well, possibly something someone said when I was checking these references led me to that conclusion.
Possibly.
Then you'll do it?
I'll give it a try.
Well, that's fine. That's terrific. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, the assistant track coach is also the trainer for the football team. Come, I'll walk you to your class.
I'm grounded for a month.
Dawn, give me a break. My watch stopped.
That's what happens when you take the batteries out.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is this drama 2A?
Yeah. New?
Yeah.
Pam Elliott.
Matthew Starr.
Pretty name.
Oh, thanks, but I didn't have too much to do with it.
Bob. Bob Alexander, Matthew Starr. Matthew
Star Bob Alexander.
He's new.
I never would have guessed. Just kidding. How you doing?
First day.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I just started here yesterday myself.
Bob. He's lived here his whole life.
Oh, hey, man, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't see you. Probably because you're with the wrong girl.
Grow up, Brian.
Hey, I told you, you pull this tough guy routine around me, and I'm going to take my black belt and I'm going to hang you in the school trophy case with it. You understand?
Just stay away, new boy. She's spoken for. See you, sweetheart.
Don't pay me attention. He's just a jerk.
Final bell's going to ring in a minute. Let's get to our seats.
Hey.
Does Bob really have a black belt?
Yeah, and I'm from another planet.
My name is Shepard, and I'm here to teach you the excitement and wonders of science. Why do I get the feeling that you don't share my enthusiasm?
How you guys doing? All right. Speaking of, made up your mind about tomorrow night yet?
Hi. This is Cindy During. She's new.
The school's being invaded. Meet Matthew. He's new, too. Hi.
Hi. This is Pam, Lopez, Bob, and Dawn. Hello.
Hey, listen, since we have two new ones, why don't we take them down to Fry's tonight where they can meet more of the troops?
Yeah, the food's terrible. Bet they put up with us. The hamburgers will kill you. If you don't have a car, I could always pick you up. Cindy, I can give you a ride, too, if you need one. No, thank you.
it is. Well, now, I like Shepard. That's a lot better than, what was it you were using in Connecticut? No, Browning. Not very original. You must have me mistaken for somebody else. Shepard, drop the act. We've been through this before. What do you want? Look, I'm a little tired of this game. I'm going to be staying at the Crest Ridge Motel for a couple of days. Think about paying me a visit. I just might have some information that would be of interest to you.
That's the house over there. The man D-Hay is known as Walter Shepard here. He's a teacher.
Of course, it would be easy for him to teach. And it keeps him close to the boy.
Do you want to leave? And I will wait here for the boy?
I will wait with you. We must make sure it is the right boy. There can be no mistakes this time, like the last group made in Connecticut.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I guess I'm one of the lucky ones. It's been an hour since that burger at Fry's and I'm still alive.
Well, now that you've survived the food, what do you think about the crowd at Fry's?
Everybody seems really nice. Only I did get the feeling that a couple of the guys resented me for being with you.
Okay, look. You're gonna hear it from someone, so I might as well tell you. My family has money. And a lot of those guys who seem so interested in me are only really seeing dollar signs. Well, does my family having money bother you?
No, I just don't understand why you sell yourself so short.
That's really nice. You know, you're different.
I'm not very different.
Believe me, I meant that as a compliment.
I'm sorry, Pam. I'm just pretty touchy after that first day at school. Really, thanks for everything. I really had a good time. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night. How are you getting to school tomorrow?
The bus.
How about if I have my mom drop me by and I'll go with you?
Sure, okay.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Make it the bus.
Yes.
Make the accident. Perfect. Keep a steady watch for D-Hay. He's sworn to kill or give up his life if necessary to protect the boy.
I will.
And ride with the boy to the end.
I understand.
Shep? In here. How was your evening? This is great. I'll tell you, Shep, I really like it here. The kids are so nice. Pam's even going to leave a car home for us so she can take the bus to school with me in the morning.
Well, I'm impressed. I'll also be more impressed if you take the trash out to the curb for the trash man.
You're not very happy tonight. Why?
I have to adjust to being a new teacher, just like you have to adjust to being a new student.
You do like it here, though?
Oh, I like it fine. It's just not good to get used to any one place. Now, You go steady. Good night.
Nice.
Trash. Trash.
Ready? No, his name's Sam. He lives next door. Sam, you and I both know you can't go to school with him. Go home.
Hey, Bob.
Hey there. How you guys doing?
Okay, how you doing?
How come you're riding the bus?
How come you're riding the bus?
One lousy speeding ticket and got in a little late last night. Unless I want to drive my car through a garage door to which my father has the only key, I'm going to be busting it again for the next couple of days.
It's a regular occurrence in his house.
Got some news about Pam's hot new interest here.
Brian, nobody cares.
He's stupid. He lives with a new science teacher.
For what?
He's black.
He is?
You got yours coming, you understand me?
Well, I dated him a couple times until I realized what I was getting myself into. And now his ego can't believe that I won't go out with him.
Oh,
Are your parents dead?
yeah. Shep was their best friend, and they left instructions in their will that if anything happened to them, that he'd be my guardian.
Sorry about your parents.
Don't be. I never really knew them. They just died when I was a couple months old. Anyway, it's my turn for questions. Why'd you leave the car home to take the bus? I mean, the bus is not one of life's great adventures.
Now who's selling who short?
The lady's quick.
And so is the gentleman.
doesn't mean you don't know what stopped the bus.
I don't know. Maybe it was a fence I ran down. I don't know. Thank you. My mom should be here soon to take me to Dr. Winston. He's real good if you need somebody.
Thanks, but Chef usually makes arrangements for a doctor before we move to a new town. He's very cautious like that.
You know, being next to you today on the bus gave me a strange sense of security.
People always imagine what they need in a time of crisis.
You were pretty cool through that whole thing today, you know that?
Dawn, there's certain things in life a person has no control over. One of them is a runaway bus.
Oh, Chef. Matthew, I've taken the rest of the day off. I've scheduled a doctor's appointment for you today.
You see? Chef, I'd like you to meet Pam Elliott. Pam Elliott, Walter Shepard, my guardian.
Hi, Mr. Shepard.
Pleasure. Can we drop you anywhere?
Oh, no, thank you. My mother ought to be here real soon to pick me up.
Fine. We should be going.
I'll call you later and see how you're doing.
You don't have my number. It's okay. It's listed.
See ya.
I hope you didn't let that nurse examine you.
Shep, I wouldn't do that. Shep, I'm fine. Don't look so concerned.
Did you stop the bus?
Yeah.
Anyone suspect anything?
There wasn't anything to suspect. I just transmitted the energy through my hands. I was pretty scared, though. I didn't think I could stop it.
The powers are getting stronger. I told you they would.
You never said how strong.
That doesn't matter right now.
Something's bothering you.
That bus may not have been an accident.
What?
General Tucker found us. If he can find us again, so can our enemy.
You mean they'd kill a whole bus full of kids just to get me?
They are getting desperate, Matthew. The older you get, the stronger your powers get.
Yeah, but a whole bus full of kids.
I'm going to drop you home. I'm going to find out how Tucker found us. Come on.
Well, look who's here. Come on in. Finally got tired of playing hide and seek, huh? Something just come up. Won't be able to get off the base for a while. Let General Wheaton attend to this matter, okay? Thank you.
So, why are you so obsessed with me and the boy? It's personal. What you're asking me for isn't exactly impersonal.
Well, you see, I really believe. And one day before I die, I want to sit, share a meal and conversation with people who come from somewhere no one has ever heard of.
What have you got to give me in exchange for that?
I'll give you any information you want. And I'll destroy your file.
File?
Mm-hmm. You and the boy, 16 years worth. These are photos and records from Connecticut, New York, Kansas, Wisconsin, Idaho, Philadelphia.
Why should I trust you?
Because you know now, I could have exposed you long ago.
How many people would believe that?
Well, not many. Maybe a few. Want to take a chance?
Okay. Trade. Good. How did you find us?
Well, sometimes there was unusual phenomenon, such as a baby accidentally dropped into the river by its mother, only to be lifted out of the water as if by an unseen hand and onto dry land. And among the witnesses were a black man and a white boy.
None of those incidents happened when Matthew was small. And nothing here in Christridge. How did you find us this time?
Well, the pattern is clear. Many times before you and the boy packed up and run, there have been reliable UFO sightings and evidence of landings.
Is that how you found us this time?
Yes.
Are you positive?
Yes, there were positive evidence of a landing north of town.
When?
Day before yesterday. Now, I have more information, but you're not getting it until you tell me what I want to know.
boy and I come from a planet called Quadris. Where? Quadris. You here call it Tau 34.
Why are you here?
The boy's father was the ruler of Quadris. 16 years ago, we were invaded. And he entrusted his infant son to my care. To bring here, to planet Earth. The nitrogen and oxygen life cycle was similar to ours, and a resemblance of its people with its myriad of complexions was uncanny. We knew we could hide here.
Does that mean you're stuck here, or others coming, or what?
In the fourth cycle of the Quadranian year 8312, a ship will come to take us home. By then, Matthew's powers will be strong enough to lead us against our invaders.
He sounds like sort of a messiah. What makes this boy so special?
Telekinesis.
Really?
Matthew can move things with the powers of his mind.
Yeah, sure. Can you?
No. Only the ruling family has those powers, but our technology is 1,000 years ahead of yours, which gives me a slight advantage here.
You said powers. Plural?
Telepathy. In stress situations, Matthew can get inside the person's mind and speak to him or hear him.
I've wanted so long to confirm my beliefs. I just wasn't laugh or cry. And there's so much more I want to know.
We haven't much time. The boy is in great danger.
What about our...
You told me that there was more information.
Yes. There are two of them.
Thank you.
Can I help?
No.
Well,
thank you.
What do you mean, leave?
Bus was not an accident.
Why are you so sure it wasn't an accident?
Because Tucker used the sighting to find us. Now get a move on. We're leaving.
No.
What do you mean, no? It is my decision to make, and I say we're leaving.
Shep, I'm tired of running. I like it here. I like the town. I like the kids. I think we belong here.
They tried to kill a bus full of kids you like. Now, do you want to be responsible for that?
But they didn't, did they? Because I stopped them, and I'll stop them the next time and the time after that.
They'll keep coming.
And they'll keep coming even if we run. No, Shep, no more. I have the powers and I want to fight.
What if you lose?
Well, I'd rather lose fighting than lose running.
If I closed my eyes, I'd think it was your father.
Shep, help me. With your knowledge of my powers, we won't lose.
I have waited a long time for this moment.
You're not angry?
I, too, am tired of running. But I couldn't make a stand until I was sure you're ready to accept the full responsibilities of who you are and the powers you possess. How can I be angry, Matthew? You have just taken the first step to becoming a true leader. And now, my young warrior, instead of running, we shall form a battle plan.
I like the sound of this, but it's still a little scary.
It should be. But we don't know who they are yet. That's our first step.
How do we find out?
Think. Who is as new here as you are?
There's one new girl. No, it wouldn't be her.
Why not her?
Well, she was on the bus, and she sure wouldn't have gotten on that bus if she knew it was going to crash.
Matthew, your enemies will go to any extent to eliminate you. Now tell me, does this girl have first period science tomorrow?
Yeah, I think she does.
Well, let's see if we can't force her hand.
How?
I think I'll conduct a little pulse rate test.
And if she's from Quadris, her pulse rate will be 12 beats a minute, just like ours.
And she cannot afford to let us make that discovery. good thing it beats automatically or we'd all be dead. Today, I'm going to test everyone's heart rate. You just hold it steadily on each end, like that. Whoa, a little fast.
Too many pretty girls in class.
Very good. Obviously, there aren't too many handsome boys in this class.
Oh.
Try it. It won't hurt you. Try it.
I'll go.
Miss Elliott, will you please take over the class? Force field. Use your powers. You can dissolve it easily. Wait. Open the door from here. She's different. I'll draw her attention. Use your powers and take that weapon away from her. Now you know why she wasn't afraid to get on that bus.
A robot. No life to give. Well, I'm glad it's over.
Oh, it's not over. She's just a weapon, like a gun. Whoever brought it here is still here. Now, you get back to class and you be careful.
What about that?
It has a self-destruct device. I'll take care of it. I'll be getting home late tonight. I think I'll take General Tucker up on his offer.
Good. I was afraid I'd pushed too hard.
Oh. They're sending us the brighter of their invaders, huh?
We are no longer the invaders. It's our planet now. We rule with our great strength.
You laboratory-bred soldiers are a laugh. You think just because you're stronger than someone, you can rule them. You'll never learn.
I will take great pleasure in the disposal of you when I've finished with the boy.
You can't feel pleasure, Float.
You're wrong. Olan has given us chemicals. We feel everything.
Good. Then you can feel the pain when Etane's son finishes you.
The boy's powers aren't fully developed enough. I'll destroy him.
Excuse me. Hello?
Is this E-Hawk?
Who is this?
I have DA.
Where?
Use your telepathy and find him. If it fails you, he's dead.
What? Something very important just came up. You're gonna have to go home, Pam.
Who was that?
Never mind that.
Well, can I help?
No, just go. I'll tell you tomorrow.
And then say they can't understand women.
Look, not now.
Yeah, now! You stop fooling around, Pam. You got that?
Look, I don't have time right now.
I am gonna have to impress upon you on exactly what I mean.
Gonna have to borrow this for a while. Thanks, Sam.
Please, I'll stay right here. I promise. I have prepared this place to take away the boy's vision. I will win.
You know more about the needs of E-Hawk's powers than I give you credit for.
I know more about the limitations of his power than you hope I do.
Hear me. I am near.
I hear you. Go back. He won't harm me until he's eliminated you. Run.
No, I'm here to fight. Guide me.
Go back. You're not ready for this opponent.
You concentrate too hard, D.A. The boy must be close.
Forget me. Take your mind off me and put out your senses for danger. Do not think about me.
Guide me. Where is it?
I can't. I don't know.
Very good, young prince. You sense my presence. How strong is your power now that you can't see, E-Hawk?
Get away, Matthew. It has to be a trap.
As soon as I untie you.
Save yourself, Matthew. Matthew, he's pushing the car.
as well this mask. It'll protect your eyes. Shep, you okay?
I'm very proud of you, Matthew. You performed like the true leader you are destined to be. I only wish your father could have seen it. He, too, would have been very, very proud.
Well, for a man who comes from a place where they probably use pills for meals, you cook quite a lunch.
Well, our technology has strived for efficiency, but we still have tried not to lose the romance of living. Pills.
You know, I really admire you. You see, Virginia's been my home for some 20 years now. And whenever I'm away from it for an extended period of time, I am miserable. And here you are, light years away from your home, and you seem happy and adjusted.
Well, with the exception of the boy, everything and everyone that means anything to me is still on Quadras. My lifelong friend has entrusted his son and the salvation of the planet to me. Sometimes the magnitude of such situations forces one to adjust.
Well, thank you for the meal and the conversation.
You're welcome.
Not everybody gets to realize their secret dreams.
I believe you still owe me a file.
There you are. Shepard, I have access to every ounce of information gathered on this planet and in outer space. And yet I know that you could give me more information in 10 minutes than all the computers and satellites could in 10 years. So you know I'm going to be in touch.
I'll see you to your car.
Thank you.
There's absolutely no way, so forget it. Just forget it.
Sam Elliott, Matthew Starr, say hello to Mr. Tucker.
Mr. Tucker?
How do you do? Matthew? I'm honored.
Tomorrow morning, catch the premiere of The Shirt Sale, followed by The Smurfs. Now stay tuned for part 2 of The Martian Chronicles next.
Oh, hello. I would like to exchange this, please.
Okay, reason, sir?
Well, it's just too plain.
This happens a lot.
Oh, a Nestle Crunch. Oh, now that's more like it. You know...
Yeah, next?
Okay.
Nestle Crunch. It's just more fun to munch.
Welcome to the edge, brother. The place where mushrooms live at their own risk. Where the toppings meet the tongue and outer crust has been abolished. The Edge from Pizza Hut, where there's no outer crust and no inner longing. Where the toppings roam free and the taste runs deep. It's The Edge Pizza, and you're just $8.99 away from 16 pieces of pure, pulchritudinous toppings. Come on, have you been to The Edge?
So I gotta ask, does anybody have a soft spot for like any weird Star Wars toys? I have a huge soft spot for the Imperial Troop Transport that we did not get in live action until the Mandalorian TV series. huge sucker for that. And I don't know why. I just think it was kind of cool. For me, I was a kid, man. I loved it as a troop transport. I'd take the batteries out of the back, and I would put stuff inside them, so it would be where the droids would go. So, yeah, there you go. So I hope you guys dug Powers of Matthew Starr in its weirdness. A lot of these shows, man, they just really kind of threw anything they could at the wall and hoped something stuck. And, some series only got a handful of episodes, like Time Cop got 9. Powers of Matthew Starr got at least 22. But they tried. And yet, I love the whole idea of the Second Chance channel, which you guys seem to embrace. I really believe we need a Second Chance channel. Any show that gets canceled and has decent enough ratings, there should be a channel that picks those up to try to keep them alive. And I would love to see that. But we're going to keep on cruising along because we're going to a show I had never even heard of. And it kind of sprung on me. This is a show called Kinvig. Kinvig is a lazy, an unambitious repairman and UFO enthusiast. Des Kinvig encounters a spaceship captured by the beautiful Miss Griffin from Mercury. That is directly from the IMDb thing. I looked this up. I was like, okay, this is from this, the 80s, just a crazy British 80s sci-fi show. And nobody does crazy sci-fi shows like the British or the Canadians. Man, they love their sci-fi over there. I wish we could get something like that. Unless it's Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, or, Star Wars on Disney Plus. But, no sci-fi really gets a good chance. There's a handful. For every X-Files, we have 100, other shows that did not get picked up, or they lasted a handful of episodes, or whatever, and they have a lot of big name people attached to them. But over in Britain, man, they'll give a show a try. They'll give it a go. So they'll give it a full season. So here you guys go. This is Kinvig, episode 1. Enjoy.
Oh, Des, I should have another little nap. You're all awake, naughty boy. Here's your tea. There. Oh, you've been dreaming, I can tell. You get all sweaty just there. Oh, dear Des. I did stir it for you. Ain't you been throwing the covers all about? Were you too hot? I expect you were. Here, yes, it was a flea. Have you got a bite? We'll have to. As much as I love Paddy, he does seem to make fleas somehow. Now, come on, off that bed. Come on, off you come. Ah, there. Oh, dear. Oh.
Why did we call him Cuddly?
Well, he was, to some extent, when he was little. Drunk it all up. Oh, there's a good boy, Des.
Tarnetta.
I'm going... Two little piggy wigs with curly whirly tails. Oh, look at his eyes. So early on one cup of tea. It don't tickle now, eh? Mine is good, Carp. You've got a lot to do today.
As usual.
Poor boy. I know it's not what you should be doing. I mean, people coming in all the time, fix this, fix that.
Yeah, I suppose I've got a flair for it.
Of course you have.
It was your father landed me in all this, you know.
Oh, now, don't blame poor Daddy.
It was. He wished this shop on me.
Well, he just died. You stay there and be good. I'm going to make an extra special breakfast.
How special?
Oh, extra special. Lots. For dear Desi. Oh. Now then, Mr. Fingers.
Ah, nice day. Nicer than it was yesterday, anyway.
Have you fixed it?
Mrs.
Snell.
Snell. Hairdryer, wasn't it?
No, how wireless set. You promised it for today. Mr. Kidvig, I've been in so many times and you keep saying that...
This one?
Yes, that's it. You've done it.
Well, I've had a look at it.
Oh. You promised.
Well, it needs a lot of attention. I mean... Well, look for yourself.
Oh, I don't know.
It's old.
A bit out of date.
It's very good, but it is old. I mean, look at this lot. Spaghetti.
Is it?
Well, you know what they say. The more there is to go wrong.
Oh, yes.
And if it can go wrong, it will.
Mr. Kindig, if you don't want to bother...
Oh, I didn't say that.
Perhaps somebody else would.
Well, you just find him. You find him.
I know. There is only you.
Tell you what. Come back in a couple of days.
I'll do that.
You never know.
Door keys.
Hey?
You were cutting me 2 spare door keys. To be ready this morning.
Oh, yes. Well, you're a bit early, actually.
Oh, what time does your morning start? In the afternoon?
That's hardly fair, Miss
Griffin. You wrote it down with a horrible little stump of pencil on a filthy scrap of paper. Where are they?
Well, not quite finished yet, I imagine.
Not quite started.
Well, are you in a hurry for these keys?
A hurry? Am I in a hurry? Well, it's like this. A friend comes to see me, gets the full treatment from the landlord, who is a peeper and a snooper. And do you have any friends? Would you like them to be subjected to cross-examination and humiliation? Well, I mean, maybe you would. It's all a matter of taste. But I would prefer them to have a key, so just copy it twice.
Well, I'll do my best.
What time do you shut, if you can call this open?
5:30.
Well, I shall be back at 1:15 to collect.
How's this?
Hey, Jim.
You're working.
No.
I'll come back later.
No. Did you see that girl? Just went out.
No.
Very hot-tempered.
Oh, there can be.
Yeah, you should know, eh?
Oh, Deanne's all right. Just if she's had a bad day at work, you know. Oh, there you are then. Galactic newsletter.
Oh, great.
And, look at these.
UFO news.
Yeah. Early back numbers I got off Neville.
1953?
Vintage.
Oh, that'll keep me busy for a while.
And look at the June one. Mothership over Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
Well, what about the Great Pyramid then? You given it any more thought?
What were we saying?
I worked on it all last night.
Yeah, I did a bit as well.
Could have been, you know.
What? A landing place?
Yeah.
For flying saucers?
Extraterrestrial craft of unknown designation.
What, landing on the pointy bit?
No.
Not necessarily.
What then?
The sides.
They'd slide down.
Not if they didn't react to gravity.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's obvious. Remember, we'd be dealing with very advanced intelligences. Gravity would be nothing to them.
Well, it would when they open the doors and...
Yes, they wouldn't. They'd float.
Float, yeah.
Look, we're agreed, aren't we, that the pyramids couldn't have been the work of human hands?
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Well, I saw it in here. The proof, the absolute proof. A man called Kerensky, he was invited aboard a flying saucer.
Adamski.
No, Kerensky.
No, Kerensky was a politician.
This is a different one, he's a butcher. The entities aboard it came from Venus.
No.
What?
I don't believe in Venusians.
Oh, Des.
Well, Venus is bloody red hot. Just rocks. Too hot to live on. I mean, those cameras they sent up showed it all.
You believe that?
Well, cameras?
Official cameras. Official lies. Oh, Des, if you're going to start believing official handouts.
Well, I don't. Not unless I want to.
Just you remember the things they hush up.
Yeah, well, I see what you mean.
The flying saucer of Buckingham Palace. What about that? Landed in the grounds of Buckingham Palace in 1954, as everybody knows. Was there one word about that in the papers? No.
Suppressed.
Of course.
Come on, Cuddly. Walkies. He's still a bit UPSET in his mind about being accused of fleas. Leanna all right, Jim? Like her new job, does she?
Quite content.
Tiring in that canteen all day, hard on the feet. Come on, Cuddly. Come on, he's a good boy.
She does it too.
No, she was just asking.
If only I could just... Look, well, I don't need it, mind, but I'd like it. Just make contact. See one.
What, a saucer?
An interplanetary craft. Any kind. Oh, it's not for proof. I mean, I've got that. I just... No, it's... Well, it's personal. Like I missed the Acton lights. 15 of them over North Acton, July 1967.
Oh, yeah.
Zigzagging about all over the bloody skies. Seen by reliable witnesses. Why couldn't I have been one of them? I was through there the day before. Just one day. Well, I better get on the labour sign on.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for the book, yeah. Oh, electric blanket, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I haven't had a chance, I'm afraid.
The keys.
Hold on. Keys.
You were asleep. Exhausted, I hope, from cutting my keys.
No, if I could just,
I said 15:15. It is now 25 past. Where are they?
Well, if you just let me explain, Miss,
Griffin.
Miss Griffin. After you were in this morning, I had a hell of a rush on.
You can't even tell lies. I have never met anybody quite like you. So absolutely horrible.
Yes.
The keys! Start on them now. Come on. I want to see you begin. Think of yourself as a craftsman.
Well, I am.
Don't stop! That's the way. That's good. Now don't stop for anything. I shall be back tomorrow to pick them up.
He's a good dog.
Miss Griffin?
Mr. Kinvig, welcome. Welcome, Mr. Kinvig.
Who are you?
As you've probably guessed, we come from another planet.
Venus?
Venus is too bloody hot. There's nothing there but rocks too hot to live on.
Just a minute, I said that.
Did you?
Well, something like it.
I don't doubt it. You have an exceptional brain. It's very much like ours. We belong to the planet Mercury.
Mercury?
Surprised?
But that's even hotter. It's close to the sun, isn't it?
You're dead right. But it's hollow, and we live inside. Meet my companions, Loon and Bat and Saga.
How do? Nice to know you. How are you? Your name?
Keep on calling me Miss Griffin. It will be simpler.
I saw you in my sleep.
It was no dream. It was my way of bringing you here. You came with Cuddly the dog. By the way, where is he? Oh, I expect he's playing with those cats. Now, we need your help. Our ship is suffering from the failure of some component. We cannot take off.
When you came to me in my shop.
That's right. I was testing you.
And I passed.
You did.
Well, as long as it's not a question of spares.
An intermittent fault.
Dodgy connection.
Maybe a dry joint.
I see you use valves.
Oh, yes.
Not transistors. Oh. No, like I always said, transistors are just a passing phase. Oh.
lot of leads.
Spaghetti.
More there is, the more there is to go wrong.
If it can go wrong, it will.
You speak perfect English.
We can speak every language of the earth. We come here in our craft to observe it and watch over it. That is our present mission.
I've got it.
Excellent.
It's just come unsoldered. Let's see, I usually keep an iron with me. Here we are. Still plug it in. What's your current?
Any current you like.
Well, that's a handy little gadget, that, eh? Right, let's have a go.
Once upon a time, we were Earth people ourselves. Our ancestors lived in a land called Atlantis.
Oh, yes.
They had a great civilization.
Oh, yes.
Very advanced.
Nothing they hadn't got.
Well, what happened then?
The Ice Ages came. They would have perished. They had to get out. So they transferred themselves to the planet Mercury. There was no water there, so they took a quantity of the Atlantic Ocean.
Put it inside.
Inside the planet.
The inland sea.
And ever since we come to visit Earth. It is our duty.
Oh. Right. Well, that's it. Switch on.
Oh, well done.
Very nice.
Lovely job.
But watch it. It's hot.
They are clever. But I love human men.
Will I see you again, Miss Griffin?
Of course you will. Sooner than you think. We shall have much to do together.
Do?
Accomplish.
Jobs?
Tasks.
Dangerous?
Sometimes. But our relationship must remain a secret. Even from your wife.
Can I tell Jim? He's interested.
Little then. But be careful.
Of course.
And I shall continue to be Miss Griffin with a hot temper. Always cross with you.
Time to go.
See you again soon.
You must come and see us at home. You'll like it.
I got a scientific calculator. I bought it for £3 from a fella in a pub. I can really get going on the Great Pyramid with this. I can get going on all the measurements, all the internal volumes and resonances and whatnot. They'll save me a lot of time, Des.
Last night, do you know what happened?
The fella had lost the instructions, though.
I found a spaceship.
We just have to guess.
I came across a spaceship. I could show you.
Let's take a look.
No. It's gone.
If it left marks.
No. Didn't make any.
That kind. One of them kept landing in northern France, 1967. Did you get a proper look?
I went inside.
Dear, you'll have to bide your time, won't you?
A glass of water, quick. Jim's fainted.
What?
Why couldn't it have been me?
Dear, bet she didn't give him any breakfast. All right, are you? I shall have to see to Cuddly.
Well, go on then. Go on.
All right, sit down. They needed me to fix a faulty component.
Oh, that's why. Who were they?
Entities. Friendly. From the planet Mercury.
Poor Cuddly, waiting and waiting. Yes. Oh. Yeah, no.
You mean the female been in here?
Right. Ostensibly for these. Now, if she comes in again, we must let her keep up her human...
persona. What was it like inside? What sort of gadgets?
Well, control panel, naturally. Colossal valves.
Valve? Just like you always said.
And those sort of huge fed-in bits. Get out!
Oh, hell's bells!
Atlantis! So that's what happened to it. That's where they all got to. What a twist!
That poor old biddy, what did you say to her? You and your grisly little pal here.
I've done your keys.
My heel is broken. It is your fault. Fix it.
Eh?
I mean now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year but one, but this very bloody minute.
Well, shoes are hardly up my...
You've got nails, you've got a hammer. Do it!
Well, I'll do my best.
Make it a good best, or you'll be sorry. I'm going to do terrible things to you, Mr. Kinvig. Do you know what? I'm going to give you jobs. Lots of little fixing jobs, and you are going to do them. I am going to torment you on behalf of all those poor old biddies. You disgusting, idle calamity of a creature. Nobody should be allowed to be like that. You fascinate me horribly. And I shall continue to be Miss Griffin with a hot temper. Standing there like a ghastly booby. So stop it. Get up off your backside and do something. But fix that heel first. We shall have dangerous tasks to do together.
What do you want?
Just crazy. Someone who's seen one too many scary movies.
Who are you?
The question is, where am I?
Critics say Scream is clever, hip, and scary. A complete original. The most enjoyable thriller of the year.
This isn't a movie. This is life.
Scream. Rated R. Starts Friday, December 20th at theaters everywhere.
Who gives you raging arcade gameplay? The most authentic sports games. And access to the internet all on your TV. Play games, surf the net, only on Sega Saturn.
Taco Bell introduces fajita wraps, a different taste from a whole new place.
Cut it up, spice it up, grill it up, wrap it up, mix it up, fire it up, fill it up, tear it up, wrap it up.
Sink your teeth into Taco Bell fajita wraps. Marinated grilled steak or chicken and roasted fresh veggies, all wrapped up and ready to rumba.
There's nothing ordinary about
All right, look at that. 1994. From the year 1980. Yeah. What year did 1994 come out? 1994, the magazine came out in... God, I'm blind on here. Yeah, February 1980, weirdly enough. I like this. It was a good anthology comic, all sci-fi, where creepy and eerie were horror. This is more sci-fi with a little bit of sci-fi horror in it. But of course, they get the same things. But there you go. You can get a New Warriors battle jacket. They can't say Battlestar Galactica because that's copyrighted. But they can make it look exactly like Battlestar Galactica. I want one of them jackets. So I still want one of them jackets. That's what I want for Christmas next year. I want somebody to buy me a Battlestar Galactica jacket for my birthday. Birthday comes first. That's June. That'd be a good one for me. Give me a Star Wars or Star Trek. Try this again. Give me a Battlestar Galactica jacket. Or, you know what? I would really dig one of Luke Skywalker jackets from Empire Strikes Back for my birthday. 50 this year. 50 in June, man. That's insane. But I hope you guys dig Kinvig. I went all out this episode trying to find stuff that you guys may have never seen, stuff I'd never even heard of. I'm doing 2 shows today that I never even knew existed until I did this show. So we're going to keep it going, and we're going to cruise to the next show. Some people may mistake this for the show that came out on the CW network, because I know my buddy Mark did. I was confused by it. It's the Tomorrow People. This is a 1972-73 TV series. It's British, so you get story arcs. So this is only part 1 and 2 of a 4-part series. BBC did that a lot. That's why Doctor Who had so many episodes in the early ones, because, you know, you got a half hour and you had a 4-part story arc, so it was only 2 hours, but it was 4 episodes. So I'm going to let you guys have at this. This is Tomorrow People, episodes 1 and 2, and this is the Slaves of Jedi. Just enjoy.
Are you ready, Kenny?
Just a minute. Ready now, John.
Good. Carol, are you ready?
Yes, John, I'm ready.
Good. He'll be coming in soon. Any moment now.
Was I like that?
Much worse. Girls usually are.
Cheeky devil, I bet you made a fuss.
I will if you don't get a move on. We haven't got much time. Kenny, are you getting him?
Awful, isn't it? It's fading.
you got a bearing?
Yes. I'm coming in now.
Kenny?
That's it.
Hey! You! What do you think you're doing? And come down here this minute!
Jump me in, Tim. Jump me in.
All right, Tim?
Acknowledge. Did you hear what I said?
Anything you say, officer.
No! No! Hang on!
Hey, that's it. You nearly sent me flying. Sorry, Carol.
Did you get a bearing on him, Kenny?
Yeah, I've got him marked on a map.
Good. Let's give the results to Tim and see what he comes up with.
Do help me find him soon. He sounded so desperate.
Well, we all did when we broke out. At least I suppose I did. There was no one around to listen then.
Report.
They've taken him into the Claremont General Hospital, Bevin Road. Repeat, Claremont General Hospital, Bevin Road. Over.
Good. You know what to do.
Right. Come on, let's go.
Hello? Sorry, can't hear you. Can you hold on a minute, please? Sorry about that. Yes? Yes, I'm Mrs. Jameson. In the hospital? Stephen? Has he had an accident? You're sure it is Stephen? Stephen Jameson? Yes. Yes, of course. I'll be over right away. Mr. Jameson, please. Tom, it's me. I've just had a call from General Hospital about Stephen. Yes, Stephen. No, he was found unconscious in the street. Yes. Yes, I'm going over right now.
Are you ready, Tim?
Yes.
Good, let's see them.
Kenny was here on Tower Bridge. Carol was here in Hyde Park. If we cross-reference between these 2 points, Stephen's cries must have been coming from here.
That's where they must have picked him up. I expect they've taken him to hospital. I was. If only we could make out what he's saying.
Have the parents been informed?
Yes, I phoned his mother a short while ago.
There doesn't appear to be anything seriously wrong, but he'll have to be kept under observation. I'd like to talk to the parents before they see the boy. There could be a medical history. In the meantime, he should be left to rest. Let me know if there are any changes. We must not let him go to sleep.
Why not? Would give him a bit of a rest, wouldn't it?
Now, don't you realize? If he breaks out in his sleep, he might jaunt unconsciously into somewhere dangerous. Anyway, the human body can only stand so much, and breaking out is stretching it to its utmost limits, especially in Stephen's case.
Well, how long have we got?
Tim?
About 6 hours. After that, the longer he is left, the greater the danger.
7 hours is the absolute maximum he can stay alive.
Tim, get online with the medical computer and find out which hospital he's in. We've got to find him.
Mrs. Jameson, Doctor.
Oh, thank you, nurse. Oh, do sit down, Mrs. Jameson. I won't be a minute. Oh, nurse, I've just had another look at Mrs. Bailey. Let me know as soon as the x-rays come through, will you?
Certainly.
Let me see. Your son was admitted earlier today.
How is he?
Oh, he's a bit quieter now.
But what's wrong with him?
Well, it's too early to tell. I've examined him very carefully. There doesn't appear to be very much wrong with him, apart from heavy bruising where he fell. I'm awaiting the results of the tests and the x-rays that we've taken.
Do you think it's serious?
I don't think there's anything to be alarmed about, but it would be useful if you could tell me a bit about your son.
Well, yes, anything I can.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Never. At least not that I'm aware of.
Is there a history of epilepsy in the family?
Oh, no. You don't think he...
Oh, no. It's just that we have to check these things. Purely a routine question, you understand. No one in the family then has been subject to fits or mental disturbances of any kind?
No, definitely not.
Is Stephen an only boy?
Yes.
I see. Now, what about his school? Have they noticed anything unusual?
Not really.
You sound uncertain.
Well, his teacher did have a word with me a week or so back.
Yes?
He's never been terribly good at school, but he is intelligent.
Sure he is.
Well, she said he'd been daydreaming a lot lately, hadn't been trying as hard as he used to.
And did you talk to him about it?
Yes, I did.
And what did he say?
He said he was tired. You see, he hasn't been sleeping well. He's been having very bad nightmares.
I see. Does he describe them to you?
Sometimes. Sometimes he does. I don't know if this is important, but he says he hears voices.
Voices?
Stephen. Not to sleep. Not to sleep. Not to sleep. But Stephen Jameson, I think you better come quickly.
He's at the Claremont General Hospital here. The hospital have put him on a diagnostic computer. I'm online to the computer now, and the readings look critical.
We must make contact immediately. Carol, you go.
Right.
Tim, is your fix accurate enough to jaunt direct to his bedside?
Of course.
Good. Carol, be gentle with him. He's very frightened and in a bad way.
We'll just wait until his room is clear.
How is he? Can I see him?
Oh, he's fine. He's sleeping now. I feel he needs the rest. It would be better if you came back later to see him.
Oh.
Now, please don't worry yourself unduly, Mrs. Jameson. Stephen's in good hands.
Stephen? Stephen, wake up. It's all right. There's nothing to be frightened of. Stephen, listen to me. I want to help you, but I can't unless you come back. Please, Stephen, come back. Stephen, please come back. You've got to come back. If you don't, you'll die. You'll die. You'll die. You'll die. Stop it. Stop it. Do you hear? Hello? I'm Carol. There's nothing to worry about. You're quite safe. You're in a hospital, but you're all right.
There isn't much time to explain, but will you try and listen? I'm a friend of yours, Carol.
But I've never seen you before.
It doesn't matter. I'm here to help you. Really. Stephen, look at me. Look carefully into my eyes. Now, do you trust me?
Yes.
Good. Now, I want you to do something. Just try and relax. And imagine that your mind is a fist. A great big fist, clenched tight. Now, let it open. Slowly. No, don't let any other thoughts come into your head. Just think of the fist opening very slowly. Like a flower.
I can feel you, right here inside my head. What's happening?
You're becoming one of us.
Who's us?
The tomorrow people. The tomorrow people. The tomorrow people. The tomorrow people.
Tomorrow people? Who are they?
We're the next development.
What development?
The next development of the human race. Homo superior. Look, I'll try and explain quickly before anyone comes in. As you know, Homo sapiens, that is, ordinary man, evolved over many thousands of years from being primitive ape-like creatures until he became man as we know him.
Like you and me?
Well, no, not like you and me. We're different. We're Homo superior, but we don't like to call ourselves that, so we call ourselves the tomorrow people.
But why? Why should such a thing happen?
Well, because the development of man hasn't just suddenly stopped. It's going on all the time. But in the last 100 years, everything has speeded up. The world has changed out of all recognition, and human beings have changed with it.
But why me? Why not anyone else?
Well, it isn't only you. At the moment, there are 4 of us, including you. But I expect there are lots of others. Perhaps every child is a tomorrow person, but doesn't realise it. Or is too frightened to.
Couldn't you tell them?
No. We have to wait till they call us, like you did. Then we can take over, stop wars, and put the world in order.
Us children?
Oh, yes. You see, we are man's only hope of survival. We're peaceful. We can't wage wars. And we can't kill. Well, not deliberately, anyway.
Well, what happens if someone makes war on us?
Makes no difference. We can try and stop them, but that's all. It does make us a bit vulnerable.
Hurry up. The old medical profession here soon. Here, you make a smashing surgeon.
You won't tell anyone about the tomorrow people. Not anyone.
Why?
Because people are frightened of anyone with extra powers. Like the witches in the Middle Ages, they burnt them. And they'd probably do much the same to us if they find out we're different. Either that, or we'd become political pawns in a power game. Or perhaps they'd just treat us as circus freaks. But whichever way you look at it, it's vital that no one finds out.
Yes, I can see that.
I'll have to go soon.
How shall I find you again?
Mind talk. We're telepathic, and we can read each other's minds.
What, all the time?
No, only when you want us to.
You keep saying us. Who are us?
Oh, well, there's John. He's 17. He was the first to break out. He's nice, kind and clever.
Break out? Is that what happened to me?
Yes. And then there's Kenny. He broke out when he was very young. He's only 12, and he's got special gifts. You'll meet them soon.
Oh, I wish I could come now.
Try and be patient, Stephen. You've only got to stay here a few more days. We've got to explain to your parents first, anyway.
Oh, that's true. What am I going to tell them?
Oh, we'll talk about that later. Look, I must go.
Afternoon, miss.
Just a minute. What do you think you're doing?
A surgery, miss. He's wanted in the operating theatre. They're going to perform an acute streptococconomy.
I don't believe you. Who are you?
Haven't we introduced ourselves? I'm Dr. Jekyll. And this is my very good friend, Mr. Hyde.
Quickly, Stephen!
Stay where you are, kid. Oh! Ah, you fool!
Something's wrong. She's not answering. Quick, Kenny, link.
Night night, sweetheart. Sweet dreams.
Carol! Carol, you all right? Tim, I'm bringing Carol back. She's very weak. Extra power, please. Sit down over there. Okay.
Oh, my neck.
Oh, don't worry. It'll be all right in a minute.
Tried to stop them. John, they've got Stephen. They've got Stephen.
Where did you get it from?
I knocked it out of his hand.
What is it?
Some sort of amulet.
In the shape of a snake. Does it mean anything to you, Kenny?
Not me.
It does to me. But I can't think why. There's something about it.
Any ideas on who the two blokes were, Tim?
No. But I'm fairly certain why Stephen has been kidnapped.
Why?
It's hardly likely to be for money. Stephen's parents are not rich enough. Seems likely, therefore, there is another and better reason.
Somebody knows he's a tomorrow person. From now on, you can talk to us anytime you like. The tomorrow people are never alone. The tomorrow people are never alone anywhere.
Carol?
I heard him!
So did I.
Quiet, you two. Stephen, this is John. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Are you all right, Stephen?
I think so. I'm in an ambulance.
Well, don't worry. We'll soon have you out of there.
What are you going to do?
Get a stronger fix on him. Quick, link, everybody. Contact him.
Yes?
Stephen, can you still hear us?
Much stronger now.
Now, what I'm going to say to you may sound silly, but I want you to do something.
What?
Recite a nursery rhyme.
A nursery rhyme?
Quickly, Stephen, it's important.
I can't think of one.
Oh, hurry, Stephen.
What about the man in the moon?
The man in the moon came down too soon and asked his way to Norwich. He went...
He stopped. Stephen, what's happened? Stephen, can you hear me? Don't worry, we'll soon have you out of there.
What are you going to do?
Get a stronger fix on him. Quick, link, everybody. Contact him.
Yes?
Stephen, can you still hear us?
Much stronger now.
Now, what I'm going to say to you may sound silly, but I want you to do something.
What?
Recite a nursery rhyme.
A nursery rhyme?
Quickly, Stephen, it's important.
I can't think of one.
Oh, hurry, Stephen.
What about the man in the moon?
The man in the moon came down too soon and asked his way to Norwich. He went...
He stopped. Stephen, what's happened?
Report.
Mission accomplished. Silence and fix, boss.
There was a delay at the hospital.
Ah, it was the girl.
What girl?
The one by his bed.
A nurse?
Well, didn't have no uniform on. More like a visitor, I'd say. The old bunch of grapes bit.
Where is this girl now?
He put her out into the land of nod.
Idiots!
Eh?
Don't you realize that this girl was one of them? Why was this complication not reported immediately?
Well, it all happened so fast. Didn't it, Lefty? Yeah.
Silence!
You heard what the man said. Shut up.
Take him to the cell.
Tomorrow people are never alone. You can talk to any of us, anytime you like. Anytime. Anytime. Anytime.
Carol? John? Carol, can you hear me? Come in if you can hear me.
You are wasting your time. The band around your forehead is a silencer. It soaks up all telepathic transmissions. Your friends cannot hear you.
Who are you?
You may call me Jedediah.
What do you want?
I want to help you. You were in hospital, remember? You do remember the voices, don't you, Stephen? Who is Carol?
I don't know.
I do not believe you, Stephen. Now, who is Carol? I repeat. I warn you. No, Jedediah. He knows about the others. He can tell us where they are. Enough, I said. That is not the way. Leave us. Very well. You are subjecting yourself to unnecessary pain by not answering the question.
Who are you?
Oh, where is he?
Well, according to Tim, he's in an ambulance travelling in this direction. Probably along one of these back roads here.
I know, but they could be anywhere within 30 miles radius by now. Oh, must you do that?
Why shouldn't I?
Because one of these days you're going to do it at school or somewhere like that.
No, I won't.
It's a pity we can't harness Kenny's kinetic powers. It could come in useful.
Yeah, might be able to move houses, big stuff like that.
Well, that's not going to help us find Stephen.
Kenny, have you ever thought of using telekinesis as a source of information?
How do you mean?
Well, you know that hand-carved figure back at your place?
Yeah.
Well, it's old and handmade, and it's probably got a considerable history. Now, if I wanted to find out something about its previous owners, I'd let it communicate. I mean, objects will if you're sensitive enough. And since that amulet belonged to one of the blokes that kidnapped Stephen...
Do you think you could make that work, Kenny?
I'll try.
I think it'd be better if you tried outside. There's too much thought interference in here. Good luck.
It's a bit of a long shot, isn't it?
I don't think so. It was a technique used by Colonel Fawcett in South America. Now, he wasn't even a tomorrow person, so if it worked for him, it should work for Kenny.
Oh, well, anything's worth trying. We've just got to find Stephen.
Hello, sunshine. Enjoying the view?
Where am I?
Now, you see, Lefty? An inquiring mind. That's a great sign of intelligence, that is. Now, you've always had an inquiring mind, haven't you, Lefty?
A what?
Exactly. Only you never let on, did you? That's why everybody thinks you're stupid. Come on, Hiawatha.
Where are you taking me?
Questions, questions, questions. I never knew a kid who asked so many questions.
Oh! Idiots! Seize him!
Just you tried it again, that's all.
Dropped it in the Thames?
I'm sorry.
What on earth were you doing down there?
I went back on Tower Bridge.
We keep jaunting on and off like that and half London will know about us.
Half London? One policeman?
A policeman? Why don't you put a notice up? This way to the TP lab so that we all end up in a zoo exhibited as the scientific wonder of the age. The new species of man. Roll up and have a look.
I've said I'm sorry.
Oh, turn it up, you two. We've got other things to think about.
I'm really sorry, especially about losing the amulet. I suppose we'll never find Stephen.
It's all right. It's just that I'm scared some sap's going to find out about us. That'll be the end of us. I think I've got a picture of the amulet anyway.
Where?
Newspaper.
Well, how long ago?
About a week ago, someone was wearing it.
Let me go.
Not on your life.
I can walk alone. Thank you.
Let him go. Now, I shall ask you once more. Who was the girl? If you refuse, I shall have to resort to other methods. What is the full name of the girl at your bedside?
What girl?
Very well. Put him in the machine.
That's it! I remember the name now. Jedediah.
Do yourself a favour, kid. Tell him what he wants to know. He has a very nasty temper, as old Jedediah, especially when he's crossed.
I'm not frightened of him.
Now, I shall ask you just once more. Who is Carol?
What do we know about this Jedediah, Tim?
Very little. According to the newspaper account, he arrived in this country a few days ago from America with the intention of establishing an English branch of his new religion. There's something odd about the story, though.
What?
I've checked with U.S. immigration, and they've never heard of him. Nor has the international travel computer.
Wasn't that unusual?
Practically unheard of. I'd like to make a suggestion.
Yes?
Take another look at the news picture.
As I thought. It's the same as the one I brought from the hospital.
You ought to recap.
Yes. Let's link. Contact him.
Acknowledge.
Check. The amulet. It's only got one eye.
The only one-eyed creatures I've ever heard of are the Cyclops.
The Cyclops are one-eyed giants from Greek mythology. They're said to have a taste for human flesh.
But where does that get us?
I'm not sure. However, I have found this in a local Surrey paper. He has taken a lease of Bentham Hall. Apparently, the local people have been complaining about the activities of this Jedediah and his motorbike thugs.
I think we'll pay a little visit to Bentham Hall.
You can go. I said leave us! Contact. Contact. Examination complete. Acknowledge. Confirm full telepathic ability. He also has telekinetic and teleportation ability, but is not yet aware of this. The girl, Carol, is one of a group of telepaths known as the Tomorrow People. They are essential to my purpose. Get them. I have the boy. He can serve as my decoy.
Jaunt, everybody.
Just outside the house, all three of us. Where are you?
A second floor room, I think.
Is there a window?
Yes, a small one with bars on it. Hang on, I'll try and show you which one. There he is!
Come on, Stephen, we're coming up to get you. Ready?
Ready.
Then jaunt.
Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen. I'm John.
And I'm Kenny.
The real flesh and blood, look!
How did you get here?
We jaunted.
Jaunted?
It means teleporting, instantaneous transmission of a body from one section of space to another.
It's a smashing way of getting around. Just wait till you learn it.
I'll never be able to appear just like that.
Yes, you will. All Tomorrow People have the ability. It's one of our talents. Though we need a bit
We'll
of a
talk
power
about
boost.
that later. We better get a move on before those thugs get here.
Grab the girl!
Quick, Stephen, outside!
Jaunt, everybody!
Hey! The jetty on the lake, Stephen. Run for it!
Hurry, Steve!
Idiot!
Is this how you do that vanishing trick? With one of these belts?
No, not really. The jaunting belts are simply boosters, amplifiers to increase our range for longer jaunts.
Well, it isn't a trick. Teleportation's one of our three major talents.
Three T's, Stephen.
Telepathy, that's mind talk. Teleportation, that's jaunting. And telekinesis.
What's that?
Give him a demonstration, Kenny.
Okay. try it.
Don't worry.
I'll never be able to do it like Kenny.
Of course you will after a few sessions with Tim.
Who's Tim? Our computer. Say hello to Stephen, Tim.
Hello, Stephen.
That's Tim.
It talks.
I do.
How do you work, Tim?
Now you're asking. Basically, I'm a biological computer. I don't have tapes and discs. Instead, in these tubes are biological fluids.
You mean you're alive?
Not exactly, no. But I am capable of original thought about things I have not been programmed for.
Can he be controlled?
I don't think he likes you, Tim.
I do, but...
You feel uneasy. It's understandable.
No, he can't be controlled. But if we ever wanted to shut him up, I suppose we could switch off the power to his speech and transmitter circuits. That's this switch here. But even that wouldn't stop him thinking.
No, but you've given me something to think about.
Don't worry, Tim. I'm sure we'll be friends. Where are we, anyway?
In part of a derelict underground station. Kenny found it. He lives just around the corner.
How on earth do you pay for all this?
Ah, that's John. He's a terrific inventor and earns all we need for building up the lab.
Crikey, it's getting late. Do you mind if I go? I promise, Mum.
No, you go, Kenny. We'll settle Stephen into the night.
Okay. See you.
Bye, Kenny.
Bye.
What if I ever get used to all this?
Of course you will. Look, this is where you sleep. Hey, watch it.
Not bad. What about food, Carol? Do you want somewhere to eat?
No, Tim sees to that.
He cooks too?
Yes, kind of.
Crikey, I'm tired.
Why don't you have a little rest? Poor Stephen, he's worn out.
Not surprised after what he's been through. Well, you can go home now if you like, Carol. I can look after things here.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Well, just call me if you need anything. What a day.
What's wrong, Stephen?
It's my parents. They must be worried stiff.
Yes, I wanted to talk to you about that.
What did you do about your parents? I mean, do they know you're a tomorrow person?
Oh, yes. Couldn't possibly manage without their cooperation.
Can't think what I'm going to say. How am I going to explain, John?
Would you like me to do it? I could jaunt over there right away if you like.
Would you?
Sure. Sooner the better. There's going to be quite a panic out for you. In fact, they're probably out looking for you right now.
Be smashing if you would, John.
Well, don't you worry. I'll let them know where you are. If there's anything you want, Tim will look after you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Are you all right, Stephen?
Yes, I'm all right.
Mrs. Jameson?
Yes?
My name is John. I've come to see you about Stephen.
Oh, come in, come in.
Are you hungry, Stephen?
Yes, starving.
Can I recommend? What about chicken and pineapple, duck l'orange, Californian ham?
I'll settle for steak and chips. Can you manage that?
Of course.
Oh, smashing.
What about something to drink?
Ginger beer, please. smashing. I think I like being one of the Tomorrow People, Tim.
A tomorrow person? What is this, some kind of a kid's game? If it is, it's in very poor taste. Stephen's disappeared.
He hasn't, Mrs. Jameson. I was with him less than a minute ago.
What? Where is he? Where is he?
Now, it's not as simple as that. Now, please let me explain.
You'd better, and be quick. The police are out looking for him. I'm going to phone them.
No, don't do that. I'm sorry, Mrs. Jameson, but I had to show you. What I am, Stephen is. What I can do, he can do. He's quite safe. I promise you he's quite safe.
Sorry to waste food, Tim.
Nothing is wasted here. Now, to follow. Apple crumble, ice cream.
Nothing more for me, thanks, Tim. No. 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 No, leave me alone. No. No. Leave me alone. No.
Stephen? What's wrong? Are you ill? What's wrong? Stephen! Call John! Call Carol!
Big. I know how to play the game. I buy real estate, hotels, fancy cars, even railroads, and I take chances to make it big. Uh-oh, you've got to play the game. I'm Monopoly Game.
Four guys rushing through the rush hour. Best by the hand, by the hand. McMuffins fresh and hot, or biscuits golden brown. Breakfast from McDonald's, what a way to get around. Round two, you're
up, guys.
It's a good time on the great taste. Bye, breakfast by the hand.
Try our new fast break combos. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or a sausage and egg biscuit with regular size coffee and regular size orange juice, just $1.99.
Hamburger places may be good at making hamburgers, but when they try to make chicken, it doesn't always fly. That's why I count on the chicken experts, Kentucky Fried Chicken. The Colonel's secret recipe makes their chicken tender, juicy, and downright delicious.
Things are lickin' good. At Kentucky Fried Chicken, all we do is chicken, so we do it right. Those burger places are only fooling themselves.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
You know, it looks like Tomorrow People has been made 3 times. This was in '73. It had a pretty good run. It had 60, as I'm going through here, 68 episodes. So, you know, they were all multiple parters. Lasted multiple seasons. So we're going to have a pretty good 68 episodes. Ran from 1973 to 1979. So this predates the Captain by 1 full year. So I hope you guys dig Tomorrow People. You know, it's kind of the same basis for all the series. It's people with superpowers that, come together. So I hope you enjoy it, because we'll go keep it going. And hopefully, I'm hoping that I got any of these shows past the YouTube algorithms. If not, you're going to get a completely butchered episode, and then I will just immediately put this up on Patreon, so you can go over and watch it. So I want to say thank you to everybody who swings in here and drops by every weekend. I have fun putting these together. I have fun finding new stuff. Like this was exciting for me. I'm legitimately going through all these lists of all these TV series that were from the 70s and the 80s and even into the 90s. And I'm going through there and I'm like, nope, that one will never get passed. That one will never get... Oh, wait a minute. What's this one? I look it up and I'm like, oh, yep, that's one we're going to watch. So it's bad because the ones I really want to show, there's no way. I'd love to show, like, everybody asks me for certain shows on Saturday morning. Everybody asks me for shows here. Yeah, I'm never going to be able to show X-Files. I'd love to show Millennium. Because I don't know if Millennium's streaming anywhere. And that's a severely underrated show. That actually got a few seasons, but I think it only got a few seasons because of Chris Carter. It was the guy who created X-Files. So they're going to give it a shot, I guess. That and it had Lance Hendrickson in it, and you can't go wrong with Lance Hendrickson. In his later years, yes, he can, because I don't think Lance Hendrickson turned down a role anywhere. I've never met Lance. I love him to death. But there's certain guys that I don't think will ever turn down a role, and I don't think Lance Hendrickson's one of them. He makes really good movies, and he makes a really bad movie, and you're just like, okay. So, on that note, I'm going to wrap this up. I want to say, remember, Mondays, Group Therapy TV. I got some interesting interviews coming up I'm working with right now. I'm just dealing with the scheduling and all that stuff right now with some episodes. Talk and Roll on the Talk and Roll channel is TALKNROLL. Please go over and like and subscribe. It's helping us out a lot. And if you like music, if you like heavy metal, rock and roll, synthwave, industrial, it's the channel's slowly growing, but we want to grow a little faster. And I'm getting another co-host. We're going to have somebody popping in on the show sporadically to help us out, and we'll have fun because she's awesome. So thumbs up on getting her soon. And Hawk's awesome. So you can go over and check out Hawk on his Hawk and Load. So if you like him, you've probably seen him. His reels are on everywhere. So. And we're popping up everywhere with that too. So, and then of course, SciFridays and Saturday morning serials. You guys are going to watch those no matter what. And yes, I know that I've showed some bad shows and whatnot. And I do apologize for some bad ones. But sometimes you got to give people the bad ones to appreciate the good ones. It's pretty cool. I mean, even if I find these shows and they end up being bad, I found them, So I think that's really cool when you can find something that you've never seen. I mean, like I said, King Vig and Tomorrow People, I've never seen, ever. I had no clue they existed until a handful of days ago. And now they exist. So even if YouTube takes these down, you can find out about them. So... on that note, I want to thank everybody streaming down there. You guys are all awesome. You guys are great. So take care, and I'll see you all there. Captain out. Bye.